I can't stand it when insurance people say a properly designed life insurance policy. You hear a lot of insurance people out there go, well, you gotta properly design it for cash or whatever. There is no one way that is a proper design of a life insurance policy. What is so beautiful about the variety of options we have in the insurance world is we can design it for however you want and need it and whatever fits your scenario. Let me dig in a little bit. I was recently working with this one guy who had a sizable amount of money, just under $1 million. Money he wanted to be able to leverage, use, and deploy as he wishes. He didn't want it tied up. Now these are all wants. He didn't want it tied up. He wanted access to this, so he learned that insurance was a perfect tool for this. However, he also had some real estate desires. Like in the next 5 years, he wanted to be able to have access to this money early, to be able to leverage it and use it. So we looked at what's called a HEC-V, a high early cash value policy. So these policies are designed to maximize that 10-year window, to get almost all of his money in year 1, year 2, year 3, he's fully capitalized. Year 4, 5, 6, there's growth. He has far more than what he put in. It's a high early cash value policy, a HEC-V. However, it's not maximized for the long term. So this kid was about 35 years old, and if we looked at age 65, it wasn't as strong as a policy that wasn't focused on the first 10 years and was focused on later in life. So my job wasn't to sell him or to tell him which one's properly designed. My job is to show him his option. What's more important to you? Is what's more important to you, sir, your ability over the next 5 or 10 years to have all that money basically go from this pocket to this pocket, have full access to all this early on to do your real estate stuff? Or are you building something primarily for later? Are you willing to give up a little bit of that liquidity in those first 3 to 4 years, not a lot by any means, a little bit, in order to really solidly grow that thing for later in life? Now, he came to me thinking he wanted that HEC-V. He ended up changing his mind. His focus was actually longer term. I couldn't say the properly designed insurance policy. What do you want me to build? Are you focused longer or are you focused shorter term? Now, there are even people, you've heard me talk about the MEC, the Modified Endowment Contract. And this came about in '88 with TAMRA, the Technical and Miscellaneous Revenue Act, to where our government said if you do a single premium, if you put money in one-time dump into these policies, then we can MEC it, meaning we'll treat the money inside the insurance like we treat IRAs. Well, most people don't want to take their money and have that happen. However, there are strategies for it. There are people that do that because what they're most interested in is the death benefit. So there are some that as they get older and it's part of their estate plan, they'll take some capital that they're not using or don't need and they'll put a one-time dump in order for it to buy a death benefit that serves a purpose later on. They're not worried about the tax component because they're not planning on using that money. So there is no properly designed. It's the only financial tool that allows us to design it specifically for what you want and what you're going to use it for. You may have heard people talking about a banking policy. You get these guys that are like, bank on yourself or infinite banking, like it's the end all be all. Well, no, it's not, unless that is the specific use of a policy that you want to be designed for that purpose. A lot of business owners do that. Why would a business owner put money in a SEP IRA and separate themselves from their capital when one of the most critical things they need while building and growing their business is access to capital that they can leverage and use without qualification and not lose the ability to earn on it while they're using it? So yes, we've got a lot of those kind of policies. Guys that end up becoming the bank on the lease of their vehicles. Why use US Bank to be the financial lease system that you pay when you can build that policy yourself and be your own leasing agent and redirect that interest expense to you? There is no one policy that is properly designed. It drives me nuts. I have no idea what design you need. All I know is that I can help you discover about what it is you want, and I can show you how there is a particular design that fits you. That's what I do. Again, I typically work with successful high achievers. A lot of them are entrepreneurs who don't want to be separated from their capital. They want the ability to leverage their money as they wish. And this is why successful people have used this forever. Did you know, I don't know if I've ever told you, but we had a politician doing a whole bunch into his insurance policy, but I won't go there. I wonder why they do that though. Why would they put their money in a position to where the government can't touch it? If you find this information valuable, man, please like, please share, please leave a comment for me. And most importantly, above all, I just want to make sure you know that God loves you a lot and you're very special and he'll chase you forever. But the way you choose to live your life today matters because you're establishing how you're going to live your life with him later. So be blessed today. Share a smile with somebody. Know that you're loved and have a great day.